Good morning, happy Wednesday. Heading off to work, another day in paradise, right? No, it hasn't been too bad. Still standing by waiting for the insurance company to call. If you watched yesterday's video, you know what I'm talking about. We'll just see what happens. My husband's feeling pretty good today. He said he had some really bad, like he couldn't sleep last night, so he got up and he said he was having some just really bad dizzy spells, even when he was just sitting still and not moving. So he said he ended up just getting up and trying to go back to bed. And he said this morning he hasn't had any, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I thought today I would really focus on how I get my protein in, because I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of people saying that that's like one of their #1 goals is getting protein in, because they have so much trouble trying to hit like even 100 grams of protein a day. I'm sorry, my hair is so poofy. I have my hair appointment on Friday, thank goodness. And yes, you can't see any gray because I sprayed it with my magic spray. Anyway, so I thought I would really focus on showing you guys how I get at least 100 grams of protein in a day. Now, one thing I did not show you because I was getting ready for work is I did have a loaded coffee this morning with some Fairlife milk. This is not the one I had, but I just wanted to show you guys what this was. So this has protein in it plus vitamin B, different vitamin B's, collagen, all the things. It's 120 calories, plus I do a cup of the fat-free Fairlife milk, so it makes it 200 calories. I know that's a lot for some people for a protein coffee, but really not if you think about it, because most of the, even like the Premier protein shakes and stuff are like 150 calories, so it's really not that much. So I already had this, which gave me 23 grams of protein already to start my day. I like to try to start my day with protein. Now we're gonna try our apple chai latte. I used that sugar-free apple cider and I tried to make it super like concentrated. So I took 2 of those packets and I just put only a little bit of water, hot water. But I think I should have taken like 1 packet and did like half the amount of water, because it's still like, it's kind of apple-y, but not like super. Let me take a drink. Yeah, see, I mean, well, actually, now that no longer it's set there, it's not bad. So I ended up doing a half of a cup of Fairlife milk. So that's about 6 grams of protein, I believe. I'll have to throw it all into my tracker to see. I don't think the chai, sugar-free chai tea latte concentrate has any protein. And then, so I put in the half a cup of Fairlife, about half of that concentrate of the chai, of the apple cider, and then the rest of the chai. So probably end up using about 3/4 of a cup of chai, and then the ice. And this is pretty dang good, you guys. It's a little, that cider, it's a little fake tasting, you know, like fake apple tasting. That's the only thing, but it's good. It is good. And then I'll show you my breakfast when I get to work. I'm just doing the, well, I'll tell you. I'm doing the Apple Crisp oatmeal yogurt, Apple Crisp yogurt bowl. I did show you how I made that in a video a few days back, last week before. And then I'm pairing it with the Dan & Light and Fit vanilla yogurt. So this is 12 grams of protein, 80 calories. And then I believe the oatmeal I use has maybe 5 grams of protein. But when I show you my bowl, I'll pop up like how much protein and stuff is in it. So we are well on our way of our protein goal of 100 grams today. So now I'm gonna head to work. So for my breakfast, here is what that looks like: 275 calories and 16 grams of protein. And then I had a Nick stick for a snack. So these are 75 calories and 10 grams of protein. Such a good whole food snack. So I'm getting ready to go back in to work. I went and picked up my lunch. So this is the stir fry that I made yesterday, which I forgot to totally tell you guys what it was. So I think I showed you guys a picture of it. So this is the Taylor Farms stir fry kit, but I don't use the sauce that's in it. I just use the G. Hughes teriyaki sauce. And then I did use the noodles in there and all the veggies. And then I always put, so to get extra protein, kind of my trick to get extra protein with things like chicken and turkey is to double the amount of protein, so, or double the amount of chicken. So chicken is very, you know, is very low calorie. Even when you're looking at chicken thighs, they're not really high calorie. So, you know, I think if you were to look in the tracker, most of the time the trackers default to like 3 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces for a serving of chicken, whether it's a chicken breast or chicken thighs. I always do between 5 to 6 ounces. And then that kind of doubles your amount of protein. So for this stir fry, I split it up into 3 servings, and I used 1.5 chicken, the chicken thighs per serving, kind of like, so that's kind of what I looked at it like. So I used 5 chicken thighs for this stir fry. Is that what I used? Yeah. Or did I use 4? I think I used 4 actually, because I think that's why I think I only have 1 chicken thigh left. So yeah, I used 4, sorry, used 4. So I kind of, you know, roughly around, I kind of figured this one roughly around 5 ounces of chicken in this. So that's kind of what I do to try to double the protein. You can do it with beef if you use like a lean beef, because beef is going to be, of course, more calories. But if you do like a 93% lean or 96% lean ground beef, and then again, just do like 4 to 5 ounces of it, and you're gonna, you know, almost double your protein. Not quite double, but you'll definitely get a good amount of protein. So I will pop up right here how much protein is in this. I haven't put it in my tracker. I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was like 30 something is what I want to say it is. That may be more, but anyway, so this will be my lunch today. And then I did bring, I'm feeling super snacky today, so I did bring some popcorn. Although if I really want to work on my protein, I have a yogurt in my refrigerator here. I think I may have one of my apple ones. I'll have to look and see what's in there. Maybe a pumpkin pie. But I do have a yogurt, I have some cheese sticks, and I still have my Built Bar. So popcorn does not have any protein. This is like less than 1 gram. This is what I eat for my, like when I'm craving like salty snacks. But I still have my Built Bar. I believe, is it in here? No, it must be in my, I think it's in there. So I still have my Built Bar, and I have some cheese sticks and some yogurt. So those are the types of things that I'll eat to try to get my protein in. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in everything that I've had today and see where my protein's at. That's why I tried to make sure this tracking goal for me these last 2 months, so like September and this month, I have had, yeah, I've tracked every single day. And one of the reasons why I do that is to try to make sure I'm hitting my protein goal. And it'll really help with getting the protein in and seeing where I'm at. So like midday right now, we're sitting at 1 o'clock. Now I'll be able to go in and see, okay, between now and bedtime, you know, I try to stop eating around 6 o'clock. I really don't have a time I want to stop eating, but I'm usually done eating in general by like 6:30 at the latest. The weekends are a little bit different, but because I eat dinners usually around like 5:30ish or so, then that's usually my last meal. If I have anything else, it'll just be a yogurt or something, but I usually don't eat anything after dinner. I'm just not hungry. I'm hungrier more in like midday. So I'll look now and see, okay, where my protein is at and how far away I'm in for my like my 100-gram goal. I'll also at this time usually put my dinner in, although I'm not sure what's for dinner tonight. I do have some spaghetti squash and marinara that that's probably will be what my dinner is tonight. I'll probably do that. So I'll go ahead and plug that in now, and then that way I really have an accurate of like, this is exactly what I eat. Put my lunch in there, put my dinner in there, don't put any snacks in there except for what I've already eaten, and then I can see exactly where I need to go. Like, should I have my popcorn, or do I go for a cheese stick and get a little bit extra protein in? So that's kind of how I do it, and I do truly feel better. I feel like my cravings are a lot better when I'm getting that protein in, and I think that's also one of the reasons why I don't eat later. So if you're someone that struggles with eating late into the night and, you know, having to eat right before you go to bed, which I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I mean, it's just how you feel, honestly, like whatever works for you. But if you're someone who tries to maybe do intermittent fasting, or you just prefer not to eat after 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, then I highly recommend making sure you get your protein in, because I feel like that's what keeps me from wanting to have anything after dinner. I am so satisfied by the time I'm done eating my dinner, because throughout the day I've been making sure I'm getting that protein in throughout the day, and I truly feel like that helps me with the eating. It obviously does not make the weight fly off of you, because I've been doing this for quite a while and I'm still struggling with, you know, with weight loss. But I think that's more about hormonal issues with perimenopause and stuff than what I'm eating, because I feel like I'm, you know, have a really well balanced eating that I do. So, but the protein does help me from having those like binge cravings and things like that. So, okay, back to work. Okay guys, it's about 3:30, right? Yes. So after I got back from lunch, my husband said his doctor's office called and said that the insurance approved the CT scan, and that the hospital said if we can get over there right away, they can get him in. So I left here, went and picked up my husband. Thankfully, I only live a mile from work. Went and picked him up. We went over to the hospital and got in there and got done and dropped him off back at home, and now I'm back at work. So I have about an hour or so left of work, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat this as soon as I get in there. I believe right when he was calling me, I was just getting the last of my stuff plugged into my tracker, and I'm pretty sure with my dinner tonight, I'm looking at 125 grams of protein before this. So this will bring me up to about 140 grams of protein. So I feel like that's pretty easy. Like, and it's not a lot of supplements. I think a lot of people think, oh, you have to have all these supplements to get it. So if you think about it, I had this is, I guess, considered a supplement because it's, you know, a protein bar. And then I had that protein coffee, which was only 10 grams of the protein I had today. The rest of it was all in food. So, you know, between the fat-free milk, the meat stick, I don't consider the meat stick a supplement because it is whole foods. So the meat stick, my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner tonight, all of that, it's just regular whole foods. So this and then that 10 grams of protein and that protein coffee were literally the only supplements that I had today. So you can definitely do it without having to do supplements. But anyway, I better head in, finish out my work day. At least we got the results. I mean, the CAT scan's done. I will probably have the results tomorrow, and I can let you guys know if we find anything out in tomorrow's video. So to make my spaghetti squash, I just cut it in half. You can do it lengthwise or this way. This way is much easier. And then you just kind of scrape out all the insides. You can also put this in the microwave to soften it up first before you cut it, but I personally, that makes me nervous. I'm always afraid it's gonna like blow up. I know you can poke holes in it and it won't, but I don't know. It makes me nervous. So I just do it this way. Now you can do so many things with spaghetti squash. On this day, I'm going to do just like a spaghetti, regular spaghetti, just use marinara and lean ground beef. Once you get everything kind of scooped out, you're just going to take some olive oil. I just have 1 tablespoon in here that I'm going to use between both of these halves. I always make sure you get the inside too. It really helps kind of adds like kind of a toasted taste to the spaghetti squash, and also it just really helps, I think, soften it up quite a bit more. So I don't think I quite use a whole tablespoon, but I just usually measure out a tablespoon and just take my brush. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with the Kinders, which is the salt, pepper, garlic blend. You can use whatever kind of seasoning you want. I just highly recommend using some sort of seasoning. And I just kind of put it all inside of there. Now meanwhile, I do have my oven preheating to 425, and I'm going to put these face down on a cookie sheet, whatever you call them, baking sheet, and put it in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of your spaghetti squash. This is a pretty small one, so it took about 45 minutes. And then after it's all done, you want to let it cool off a little bit, and then you just scrape it out into a bowl. And no, this does not taste like spaghetti. This tastes like squash. I mean, I think a lot of people will say all the time that, you know, oh, this is a great alternative to spaghetti and pasta and stuff. No, it's not. But if you like it, it's really good for vegetables. It does add a couple grams of protein. You get your veggies in, all the benefits of squash. I do feel like it's more the milder of squashes. I'm not a huge squash fan, but the squashes that I do like are zucchini and spaghetti squash, because I feel like those are the most mild in taste. Hey guys, I am getting ready to edit this video, and I wanted to show you guys, well, for one, apologize, I forgot to show you guys my dinner last night, but I did you just saw the clip of me making the spaghetti squash, so you can see how I make it. And then the rest of it was just some 93% lean ground beef with the no sugar added Prego marinara sauce. So again, sorry that I forgot to show you guys. You guys know it's just very distracting yesterday, this whole week. I just need, y'all, I just need a normal month, a normal week. I just need one. Anyway, so I wanted to pop up here though, since this whole video was about how I get in my protein each day, my minimum of 100 grams of protein a day. So I wanted to kind of pop up here my Lose It app tracker, just to show you that, I talked about doubling up, the amount of chicken, or, having 6 ounces of chicken versus 3 or 4 ounces of chicken, or, whatnot. So I wanted to show you that it does not bump the calories up that much. And I think that's the fear, that people think they have to stick to a serving size of everything because of the calories. But, you can see here, so I'll show you first the protein, how the protein broke down in each meal. Now where it says early snacks, that's my 2 coffees. So that's the loaded coffee that I had, and then the coffee with the apple chai latte, which I feel like was kind of a fail because that apple cider did not taste right in it. But with that coffee, so it has that milk, that 1.5 cups of milk is between those 2 coffees. And then you'll see where it breaks down with my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, my snacks. And like we talked about earlier, you can see that most of my protein came from real whole foods. I'll also show you my calories. So I believe I had 1,350 something calories, somewhere around there, which is, that's good. It's not too low. It's not too high. My calorie goal that was set for me was actually around 1,600 calories. I do struggle to eat that much a day. So that's why I kind of try to balance out, like if I'm hitting my protein goal, then I know I'm getting, sufficient calories in. So you'll see, how all that works out. But I just wanted to, because I get a lot of questions, and I get a lot of people saying that they have to set a protein goal every month because they have so much trouble hitting that protein goal. So I just want to show you guys that it is really easy. It's easy for me because I've been doing it for so long, but it can be easy for you too. So I hopefully you found this video helpful, and I will see you guys tomorrow, or actually today for me. Bye guys.